Hello, my friends, the Andrada here, and welcome back to episode 24 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where today we are diving into Industrial Foregoing. Let's get started. What do you call a fat psychic? A four-chin teller. I gotta say, I don't care for that joke terribly too much. No body shaming here going on in the world of the Andrada. But yeah, four-chin teller. Anyway, welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of the Andrada, where we are hop, skipping, and jumping along towards our, completion of Project Architect 2. A couple things to note here. This is the first episode I will be recording in the new house, the new office, the new studio. It's an office more than a studio or anything, but just a heads up if there's any funky noise or anything going on. Just something to be aware of there. I hope that everything is okay and everything worked correctly. I have been testing out to make sure that everything sounds good, but hopefully I'm not just crazy and I actually did it correctly. Sorry, I gotta shift my mouse pad over a little bit. My hand is sliding over the edge. Okay, anyway, so today what I would like to work on is continuing our progression into our tech towards our plushies that we have. We're working on our adventure bound, and we're currently, pushing through. We've gotten 5 out of the 8 total that we are going to need. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now, a couple of these we should be able to get through fairly simply. And a couple of them we can kind of work on concurrently. For example, the cooking pot. Most of this stuff for the cooking pot, I actually am able to craft. I just need to get create going and a cow in a jar, ideally. And with a cow in a jar, I'm going to be able to get milk going into my system, which will allow me to make a lot of these different things from create, which will allow us to get the pig. The only thing that's going to be super duper complicated is create itself. But as we know, upstairs in our attic, we have a windmill ready to go for us. So we don't even have to deal with anything there. So really the only complicated thing here is rice, but it's not even complicated at all because it's inside of the farmer's market. There also is another version of rice from thermal cultivation, which is not in the thing. I guess I picked one of these up, or I picked up some seeds. I bought the seeds. I'm trying to remember what I did last episode. I bought these seeds because I didn't realize that this rice was available in there. And then I planted it, got some rice, and then sugar caned it, threw it in the system, and then we have our EMC on it and everything. So we have this rice available to us. One of the recipes does require specifically, though, this rice. So, also this sack of rice requires 8 of these, and then one of those, though it is tagged to accept any sort of rice. Anyway, all that being said, we could work on getting the pig and getting that going very soon, simply. That shouldn't take too long. The only thing I think we're missing is like hoglin. We need to kill a hoglin with a knife. One of these knives here, like this one with sharpness 3 and mending on it. If we kill a hoglin with that, we'll start to get more stuff. So we need to head into the nether and go find ourselves a hoglin at some point and slice and dice him up with our iron knife here. But with that being said, what I would like to work on getting into this episode is Industrial Foregoing. To start to get that going, ramping up, and producing the stuff that we need for this. So in order to get into Industrial Foregoing, we're going to need a couple different things. First things first, we're going to need to be able to produce latex. Okay, latex is the key item for the key start to Industrial Foregoing. And in order to produce latex, we're going to need to get some of these fluid extractors. And initially, we're going to start out with 4 of them. So in order to make these, we can actually go ahead and teach the system because I don't want to do all this work. So we're going to go ahead and throw this into here. We're going to say we need to make a pity machine frame. Any sort of logs, redstone, and iron, that should be easily handled. And then a light-weighted gold pressure plate should be easy. Okay, so with this, we're going to be able to get our extractor going. And the extractor is going to be what allows us to extract our latex from any block that can produce latex, specifically woods. If we take a look at latex in the system and we recipe this, our fluid extractor is what's going to get it. And the best wood is going to be acacia. I'm pretty sure that is Yep, still the case. Acacia wood. Dark oak does get you 3 millibuckets, and it's tripled when you give it power, but acacia gets you 4. So we need to see, do we have acacia in here? We have an acacia sapling, which is great, which means we can grab some. Is bone meal EMC? It is. We can go ahead and plant one of these, and then that'll allow us to EMC logs, and we'll be golden. I just want to find somewhere. Geez, this snow drives me crazy. I should turn off weather events or something. This is going to wreak havoc on encoding. Okay, cool. Acacia, and chop down the acacia. Give me all the stuff. Learn all the stuff. Perfect. I don't know why I did that. I meant to actually grab it, but that's fine. And we can grab some acacia, and we'll just dump a whole bunch of it into the system. Cool. So we have a fluid extractor. Now with that fluid extractor, we're going to need to get ourselves a block placer. The block placer is going to allow us to actually place the acacia where we need it to be. And we are going to require a latex processing unit. This is going to allow us to process all of our latex. And it probably will be prudent for me to go ahead and utilize XNet to handle all of this production and everything like that. So let's go ahead and grab some controllers, some connectors. Let's grab, I think that's basically it. We're going to grab a quantum entangler porter because we're going to want some of this liquid to come into our base for our into some fluid drawers. Oh, speaking of fluid drawers, that's something that I worked on in between episodes. Let's pop over to home and then pop on into our MDF. And if we pop in here, you're going to see that top over here, we have fluid drawers set up. None of them being used currently. But if we pop outside, you can see that I have those set up here with quantum entangler porters set up on top. So whenever we want to get a fluid into our system, all I got to do is link it to a quantum entangler porter. It's already set up. I have this ready to eject and everything, or they're cleared out. And then I just have to set it up on the channel, bam, push it into the drawer, and then Applied Energistics will have access to all of these fluids, courtesy of storage, functional storage and everything, which is great. And I upgraded them with 4 gold upgrades in each, which allows me to store 131,000 buckets of any fluid, which I think is going to be more than enough for the foreseeable future. So anyway, Industrial Foregoing. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to pop into our machine room. I kind of already set upstairs our setup for this, or at least our area where we're going to work with a connector set up here so we can do our thing. So our fluid extractors, okay? The fluid extractors need to face a block and not like that. So I guess like this, and I'm not going to be able to get under there to be able to place one unless I shrinky dink myself. There we go. And then maybe I can... Bam. Can I get out? Let me out of here. Maybe if I do it from the other side, that'll be better. Then I can get out. Shrinking is great, but at the same time, it throws off your whole perspective, and it didn't work anyway. There is a wrench from Industrial Foregoing. Can I make the Industrial Foregoing wrench? I guess there isn't a wrench. Okay. Let's cycle through the wrenches I have and see if any of these can rotate this. Nope, everything is just... Nothing. Okay. All right, buddy. You're going to drive me crazy. So we need to rotate that guy, that's for sure, and get him placed where he needs to be. So I'm just going to have to do this, and bam, and now he should be good. And then I'm going to have to fix the hole that I made. Can I do that? Okay, cool. All right, so fluid extractor, which honestly, actually, that's not even going to be there because we're going to have to hook a connector up into there anyway. Okay, so right here is where we're going to want to place our block placer. And the block placer is going to place, as I said before, the acacia. So if we place this like this, oh, okay, so it places in that direction of that little hole. So we want to go ahead and do it from up top, so that it can place right there. Okay, cool. So the block placer is just going to always work. We don't need it to require redstone. It can be always on, and then we can hook up an exporter into this. to allow it to export the acacia into this. But right now, if I go ahead and grab acacia and I put a stack in there, it's going to start working. And these do not require power. They can operate just as is. You could theoretically have one on top here too, but I like to have that space available to hook up cables and all of that good stuff to run cables through. But as you can see, it's starting to break this block. So it's going to essentially, it's going to strip the block, then it will eventually break the block. And throughout that whole process, we will be getting latex. And one of these guys, or a couple of them, yeah, look, they have latex available to them. Now, power is something that we can absolutely get into these guys, and we will use utilizing our controller from RFTools. So we're going to go ahead and get power. And remember, we always have to kickstart this. So we're going to grab a flux point, and we're going to stick it on there. We're going to go ahead and call this is Industrial Foregoing. And the nice thing with Industrial Foregoing, at least for what we're going to be working with, there's not a lot of machines and setup that we need. Like, we don't need terribly too much with this. Okay, cool. So you are kickstarted, which means now I can go ahead and grab a connector and I can place you here. And then below, let's go downstairs. It's not going to look the greatest, but we can go ahead and put a flux point there. Okay. It's like a little antenna sticking down. But with that flux point, we can then go ahead and clean this back up and say, hey, my first channel, as is always the case, is going to be our power channel. And we're going to go ahead and insert, and you are going to extract from there. And now he's happy, and he has power at all times. So now all we have to do is get connectors hooked up to these guys, so that way we can move our liquid. And we're going to move it to two places, okay? We're going to try and split our liquid as best as we can. So I'm going to go ahead and place a quantum entangler on here, and then I'm going to set up some connectors. You are going to have to go there, to there, to there, to there. There. I don't want connectors to be the bridge. I need, what are those? Network cables. Yeah, there we go. There. And there. Yeah. Oh, and one more. So I can hook it up there. Okay. So now XNet should be able to see all these. And it can't see the quantum entangler yet because the quantum entangler is not set to accept anything from any side. So it can't do anything there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an extract. We're going to have a fluid extract on our channel 2, and this is going to be our latex extract, okay? Latex extract. While we're here, we can actually go ahead and insert power into all of these guys. And then where are you? Controller. Oh, actually, yeah, wait, no, we need a connector here, right? Yeah. Why are you acting funky, though? Why are you showing yourself up as empty? Weird. Whatever. Anyway, so we have that going, and now, so these are set to insert power. So what we're going to do is we're going to extract from each of these, and we're going to extract as fast as it possibly can, and priority doesn't make too much of a difference there. We can actually go ahead and copy this channel, this connector, and then we can come over here and paste it. Yeah, and then it will extract from all of these, and we want to insert that into two places. First, we'll insert it into our latex processing unit. So this guy can go ahead and chill over here, and we can go ahead and say, hey, he needs power, and he gets the insert of the liquid. So we should have liquid coming into this. Now, I do like to set up my industrial foregoing machines to be specific as to what is allowed in and out of different slots. It's automatically set to allow from everywhere. I like the control. I do not want stuff to go where it is not intended for it to go. So I generally will set up and clear the inputs and outputs until I'm ready to use it. Same thing with Mekanism, okay? I don't want anything going where it's not supposed to. But anyway, currently we have latex in here. And the reason that we have latex coming into here, which I don't like the dark mode, it makes the latex, I guess light mode makes the latex hard to see too, though. So it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, so what we're working towards getting is dry rubber. Okay, dry rubber is made inside of a latex processing unit. Now, previously, the latex processing unit would produce tiny dry rubber, and then you'd have to craft that up into the dry rubber. However, it does now produce the dry rubber by default automatically. We do have to get water into here, so we will work on getting that. But I do want to get our quantum entangler set up because we're going to want latex to be available in our system. So we definitely want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and call this latex. And so the latex channel is going to be, I thought I already cleared you. Excuse me. I thought I had cleared all of these quantum entangler porters that were in my inventory, but apparently I did not. Okay. You are on the latex channel, and your liquids or fluids is going to import from, I think, the front, right? I want you to be, where is your front then? I guess here. Okay, but we don't want, oh yeah, look, all those are showing up. Because I enabled that. So I don't want you to connect. Now the controller's just being weird with it, but the north side is the side that I want stuff to go into, so that's fine. We'll insert, and it is currently set to round robin, so some of it should go here, and then some of it should also go here. It should go both. It'll split between both of these things. But then this latex we can push into a fluid drawer at home and allow the latex to continue to build up there. Okay, cool. So that takes care of latex. We should have a connection going on. It's not showing the connection here to the quantum entangler porter, but it is what it is. I'm not concerned about it or anything. So we need to get water inside of here, and luckily for us, we have the capability of getting water through applied energistics. All I have to do is get an export bus, and I want acceleration cards so that it can do it as fast as it can. And then I'm going to want some cables, which we should have some cable in here, so I can run that. Now the question is, do I want, I don't think I need water for anything else. I was going to say, do I want to run the water into the controller and let the controller handle the water input? But yeah, I don't think we need to do that. We're going to go ahead, extended export bus can go ahead and sit here. You are going to export water, liquid water, please, and you're going to go as fast as you can. And then we will just connect you like so. We don't need this pillar. Yeah, okay. So now that should be able to export water. However, I didn't tell it where it can export water, or rather I said it can go from the bottom. So now, bam, we have water, and it's going to take, how much? A bucket? Yeah, a bucket to produce a dry rubber. Easy. Easy peasy. Nope, you're not the right thing. There we go. Okay. So now we have dry rubber being produced. And then that dry rubber, literally the only thing that this is good for is being smelted up into plastic. So what we can do is have this get imported into our system. And then we can just have it shoved down into here. No, because you are an ender chest. I guess I could put it into a brown ender chest. And then that would push it into here, which would smelt it and then put it into our system, and then I don't have to worry about having an extra smelter or anything set up. Let's go ahead and grab an ender chest. I haven't taught the system how to make an ender chest at this point, or probably ender tank then, if that's what I'm seeing. Ender chest is going to be this with white wool, and then we'll just get brown dye for it. Okay. Ender chest. And then brown dye, 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and set this guy up over here, which means we are going to want to get a connector here. I knew I wanted a connector there, but I second-guessed myself on it, and then I didn't do it. So we're going to get a connector there so it can connect there. And then we're going to want to get brown dye in here in brown. Nope. It's kind of hard. Brown. Okay, so this is brown. Perfect. So now we can say, hey, from here, you are going to extract from the top. We're going to have an item channel. You are going to be dry rubber extract. You are going to insert into here, and you will extract from the latex processing unit. Whole stacks and as fast as you can. So there we go. That went into there. And if I go into our system, we should now have plastic. Yes, cool. Plastic is going to go into a drawer since we're going to be continuously producing this basically forever. I will shove plastic into a drawer so that way we don't end up overflowing our system at any point with it. But yeah, that's plastic production from Industrial Foregoing. From there, our next major goal is to get ourselves set up with a dissolution chamber, which is the main crafting mechanic that is utilized in applied energistics in Industrial Foregoing. So we have dry rubber, we have plastic going. A dissolution chamber is our next major goal. All it requires is to get ourselves a diamond gear and the pity machine frame that we already know that we can craft, and we have a dissolution chamber. And the dissolution chamber honestly could sit in here with this whole area. It really doesn't make too much of a difference. I could set it right here because all item input and output can be handled by our controller. I should set up a interface over here. Since I have the cables, I'll set up an interface in the middle here, and then that way this dissolution chamber can chill. And then, yeah, the dissolution chamber honestly can just sit right there. And then this is Industrial Foregoing. Like that's all it needs. I mean, I guess I could put it over here or even separate it if I really wanted to, but it doesn't. It's fine. It's fairly compact. It's staying within a 3x3x3. So, and then we have room over here for other things. Yeah. I like it. Okay, so next episode will come and we're going to program this dissolution chamber, and then we are going to work on getting ourselves tiered up as far as we can with this. There's a couple of things that we are going to need with Industrial Foregoing for sure that we are going to need to handle, including milking the wither, which we should be able to get to next episode. Now that we'll have the dissolution chamber, we'll get that all set up and everything taught to it, and then we should be pretty chill with all of this stuff from Industrial Foregoing. And our goal is to get ourselves a wither builder. And our goal is really to get ourselves 2 wither builders. I do need to check out my nether stars. How many do I have? I have 1, so we are going to have to go kill another wither at some point. But I want 2 wither builders because the wither builder is going to allow me to set up a wither farm so I can get more nether stars, and 1 is required for the quest. So we're going to need 2 of those essentially, and a mob crusher, both of which require advanced machine frames, both of which require, you need ether gas, you need pink slime, which we're going to be able to handle in our mob farm fairly simply, since our mob farm really doesn't need to be running anymore. So anyway, that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.